Hey guys, I'm back today, and today we're talking about a topic that I haven't talked about in the last 4 or 5 years, I don't think. If you guys remember, if you've been following me for a while, I used to do this series called The Secrets of a Glamorous Housewife series, where we used to discuss subjects like grooming and just being well put together and well taken care of. So I thought it was time to bring up that topic once again. Welcome to Pajama Night. We do these weekly live chats every Friday evening, and we talk about different issues and different things, fun topics. Hi, Caitlin. I will be going through my all my list, and then we will be taking questions and comments. I love user interaction on Pajama Night, so hopefully you guys are in your pajamas and watching this and enjoying it. The kids are in bed. Hi guys. I will be giving shout outs and saying hi as soon as I go through my list. So these are some of the secrets or daily rituals or habits that I have seen with women that are comfortable in their skin, they are well put together, they are chic, they're glamorous. And you guys know I always give this disclaimer that being chic and glamorous and feeling and looking fabulous is an individual thing. To me, it's not necessarily about looking a certain way, it's about how you feel and how you carry yourself. And at the end of the day, we all have the ability to feel glamorous and chic and our best selves as long as we make some effort into our self-care and self-love, and that's what I like to talk about here. So number one ritual or daily habit that I have seen, grooming habit of women that are just very comfortable in their skin, they're well put together, they're chic, they're glamorous, they're fabulous, is that they groom themselves year round and not just like seasonally. And this was news to me. I thought that everybody groomed themselves head to toe year round. I was born and raised in Chicago, and I just kind of did that all the time. And then as I got older, I would hear my friends making comments like, oh, summer's around the corner, I'm gonna have to start shaving my legs, or I'm gonna have to start painting my toenails. And I thought those were strange comments because I did those things pretty much year round, and I thought everybody else did them too. Like, I didn't think that you stopped taking care of yourself or you stopped grooming yourself just because nobody could see those body parts. Because to me, grooming is, for me, it's to make myself feel good. It makes me feel loved and taken care of. And I always talk about this concept of having pride of ownership in your body and in the way that you carry yourself. And it's kind of hard to do that if you're only doing it seasonally, right? So you want to be, hopefully you're putting some effort into your look year round. When you do these things year round, they become effortless, they become a part of your habit, they're your rituals. You don't have to like get back in the groove, so to speak. For example, fitness, you should be doing that year round and not just trying to get into like a bikini body shape, in May, right? Hopefully you're doing it year round. That's why they say that summer bodies are made in the winter, because you pretty much have to work year round to maintain that. Same, it's just like cleaning and maintaining your home. You can let it completely go and then have to dread it and have to do everything all at once to get your house put together. Or you can do a little bit maintenance, every single day, hopefully, and then your house doesn't become chaos. So I would say the same for your body and for your grooming. If you're doing a little bit every day and they take very little effort, it's part of your daily ritual, then you don't fall apart and need like a whole spa day to put yourself back together again, if that makes sense. It just shows pride of ownership in yourself, in your body, and the way that you carry yourself. Number two grooming habit or ritual, I would say, is wearing a like sexy underwear and bra, like matching set. I've always done that, and I've always felt very glamorous, even when I wasn't married, even when nobody was watching, nobody was looking. I just feel like it's for me. That's like my way of just being put together head to toe. And that's another one where I feel like women only want to do that if they've got like that special date night with their husband, or I don't know, like for special occasions. But why even buy like granny panties, or why even buy like underwear sets that don't match. Like, store them together, matching sets, and then when you grab the bra, like the underwear comes with it. Like, have matching sets. That just makes me feel like, I don't know, it's special. Like, it's so the way it's supposed to be. I don't know how to describe it. I just find that it just puts a little extra bounce in your step. And who, you know how they say, like, you know, who's watching? You're watching. Like, you are special enough to do those things for yourself. So that's another one that I think that it affects the way that you carry yourself. So don't even buy frumpy undergarments and you won't have any to put on, right? So you will wear whatever you have. So only buy nice, and nice doesn't always mean expensive. I shop at Soma for all of my undergarments, and I use their 20% off coupons, and I stock up when they have sales, so I don't even pay retail. Number 3, grooming habit and ritual, and this isn't so much like personal grooming, but press your clothes, steam your clothes. This is free. It takes very little effort. I don't understand this one. I've seen so many people wearing expensive clothes that weren't properly maintained or pressed, and it just looks disheveled. It looks frumpy. It looks like this person just didn't take very good time and effort into putting their look together. And it's free, right? So cheap clothes can be taken care of in a beautiful way. They can be pressed and bought in the right colors, and you just have this full put together look. But you can be buying really expensive things, and if you're not taking care of them, they can look disheveled and frumpy. So I think these little things go a long way in showing yourself. Again, this isn't even about somebody else. It's for your own self, in your own pride of ownership, that it takes seconds to press your clothes, right? How long does it take to steam them, or however you do that? But make that little bit of effort. Take care of your things, and your things will take care of you. You will always look presentable and well taken care of. My 4th grooming habit and ritual of chic women is moisturize, moisturize, moisturize. Now, I've said this many times. I've been plagued with dry skin for most of my life, and my two younger kids also have dry skin, but I have found a way to really keep myself moisturized. I feel like moisturized hair, moisturized skin, and moisturized just nails and cuticles and stuff can just make you look and feel fabulous. It basically shows good health. Now, my skin has gotten better over the years as I've changed my diet and lifestyle, but also I've stopped using regular lotions and things, and I make my own lotion at home. And oh my God, has it been a life changer. I bought every lotion on the market to try to cure my dry skin, and finally I ended up making my own, and it's fabulous. In a week, my skin texture feels completely different. It's like baby soft skin now. I have that video coming up next Wednesday on how you can make it, and this body lotion actually also has anti-cancer and anti-inflammatory properties. So it's very simple to make with common household ingredients. But whatever you use, make sure that after you shower or take your bath, that you fully moisturize your skin, paying attention to your knees, your elbows, and all those places that we can neglect. And another one that I will add to that I don't think I added on here. This is interesting. Last week, a friend of mine made the comment. She was asking me, how often do I get a pedicure? And I laughed and I said, professionally? And she's like, yes. I said, probably twice a year, if that much anymore. And she's like, wow, your feet are always looking really well groomed, so I assume that you go all the time. And I said, no, I paint my own toenails. And she said, no, I'm not talking about the toenails, it's your heels. She was showing me her heels, and they were completely cracked and really dry. And I noticed for the first time, I had never even noticed that mine weren't. I guess I never paid attention to it. So I was thinking about that what is it? So yesterday, you guys know I've been reading the Fly Lady book, and I got to one of the chapters, and Fly Lady in her book talks about how if you wear shoes every single day, that your feet don't get cracked. And I've always worn shoes. You guys know that, right? I've mentioned that before, how I have house flip-flops and house shoes. I can't walk barefoot on floors. I don't know what it is. I've never been able to since I was a little girl. So I've never walked barefoot. I always, most of the time, unless it's carpet, I always wear some sort of a flip-flop or slippers or some sort of shoes. And it made me think that must be it, because I've never had like cracked heels or any like weirdness on my feet, and I don't get pedicures all the time, so I probably get them maybe once or twice a year. So I thought I'd mention that because I'm actually going to call up my friend and let her know that may be it because I did want to give her some sort of an answer, because it's such a huge problem for her that maybe it can help her out. So make sure that if you guys do like the Epsom salt scrub that I showed you guys that I do once a week, if you do that, it's very simple to make. It's very cheap to make. That big bag that I got was a couple of bucks, and it's lasted me a couple of years now. It's still going strong. So it's a very cheap and healthful scrub to make. If you do use that, make sure you're going over your elbows and your feet. These little things may seem little, but they're really not. They elevate like your overall look. When you are well taken care of head to toe and grooming yourself year round and not just seasonally, it just really affects your self-confidence. It affects the way that you carry yourself, and these little baby steps add up. For example, if I have really dry, cracked heels and I only take care of them when summer is arriving, I'm not going to be able to really do much right in like a month of getting ready for summer. But if I've always been maintaining it over the year, then it's always good. I don't have to like rush to take care of myself. Same thing that I see with people when they have like a family wedding or something coming up, and they're like rushing to lose weight or rushing to groom themselves or rushing to have better skin. Well, if you're always doing that year round, then you're always prepared for functions. You're always prepared for wedding invitations or anything that you have coming your way. So why not feel your best year round? Why rush and have to do it? And it shows. I've seen people at weddings that you can tell that they really rushed and tried to lose the weight. And I'm not talking about the bride. I mean, like even guests. And you know how you can tell? If you try to lose weight really quickly, you get really dark under eye circles and you lose weight from your face really quickly and not from anywhere else. You guys know, you've been there, right? And other people can tell. They can pick up on that you tried to lose weight and you lost it very quickly in the wrong places, and you look beat down and you look like you tried to lose weight very quickly. So you're not fooling anybody. So it's better to just maintain these things year round instead of rushing and trying to make it work for special occasions. Number 5 is that another grooming ritual, this is one that I follow, is that I have little kits set up in the room that I will be performing that grooming ritual. For example, I use a baking soda scrub to whiten my teeth every morning, but I do that in the kitchen because baking soda and the other ingredients that I need I store them in my kitchen. So it's like right after my coffee, it's there. So I store that stuff right where I will be needing it. Now my scrub that I make and use in my bathroom, that is stored right by my tub because that's where I use it. If I had to think about where everything was and go and grab different items from different rooms or even different drawers to use them, guess what? It would never happen. We've all been there. We'll say, oh, forget it, I'll do it tomorrow. So whatever rituals or grooming thing, like if you have like a pedicure mani set, have it where you do your pedi and mani, right? If you have your apple cider vinegar drink that you drink every morning, have it sitting on the counter where you would see it first thing, and it's like, don't have clutter, like have it organized in a manner where you know, okay, in the morning, this is where my apple cider is, this is where I whiten my teeth, this is where I do my body scrub once a week, if that makes sense. So if you have like these little rituals set up in a way where you can't help but do them, they become your habits. Everything that you need in your shower should be in your shower. And you don't want to be in a situation where you get in the shower and then your razor is not there, or your shaving, whatever stuff you need should be there. Number 6 habit of your grooming habit is learn to DIY as much as you can, as many things as you can, because it saves so much in time and money. Honestly, for me, it wasn't even about the money in the beginning. The reason I started doing a lot of DIY is because, and I know this sounds so rude every time I say it, but I hate going to the salon and being stuck with somebody that's like working super slow or paying a lot of money and then not being happy with the results. This has happened to me numerous times where I have shelled out a lot of money at salons for different services and then wasn't happy with the service, wasn't happy with the results, or the person just was taking a really slow time. They were on the phone or just distracted. That just doesn't, it's not relaxing to me. I know a lot of people like that, not to me. And so that really encouraged me to DIY and learn to DIY. And now the only thing I go to the salon for is, or the spa for, is to get my massages. And the ladies that I go to are very efficient, not slow at all. So that really works out. I do my own eyebrows, I do my own waxing, I do my own hair color. You guys have seen my videos on that. I pretty much do it all myself, and it's safe, it's effective, it's fast. If I get an invitation somewhere, I don't have to go and make a waxing appointment. You know, like I have my stuff, it's set in my schedule, and I'm just going to do it. Like, and another thing which I don't have in my notes is what I've done is on my phone, I have set this as like weekly or bi-monthly reminders of my rituals that I need to do, my grooming rituals. And most of the time I remember because they're my habits, but sometimes like you know that it's approaching and you can set it like 2 days to give you an advance notice so you can mentally prepare that on Friday I'm doing, you know, my hair color. So I like doing that, even though I know I won't forget because, you know, my gray hair will remind me, but it helps just to have that extra insurance, just so you know. I will be taking comments and stuff. Hello everyone, I know a lot of you guys are here. I'm so happy to be let me go through my list and then I will be taking your questions and stuff. So number 8 is have a simple uniform and dress daily. This is like something that is key. I've been talking about this for years. Get in the habit of getting dressed daily. It doesn't have to be complicated. You guys saw my video from earlier today, my spring and summer daily capsule or my uniform style. You will notice that the most glamorous, chic actresses, celebrities, like fashion designers, they all have like uniform styles. They have signature styles. They have capsule wardrobes. They tend to wear the same type of outfits on a daily basis. It's easy. It's chic. They know what top to grab. They know what bottom to grab, and they have an outfit. The more choices that you have and the more you have to think about it, the more likely you are to make mistakes, right? If I have 500 items to choose from, chances are that on some days I'm not going to choose the right outfit. But if I only have 20, 30 items and they all fit me and flatter me and they look good on me, then any item that I choose will be my best item. So do the same with your hair. Have signature hairstyles, maybe 1 or 2 that you rotate between. Have a signature makeup look, and then you can add to that for special occasions and things like that. I've pretty much do my makeup exactly the same every day. I could probably do it blindfolded at this point. Probably not my eye makeup blindfolded because I need my eyes, but you guys know what I mean. It becomes second nature. It's easy. You can do it in a rush if you don't have that much time because you've been doing the same look. If I had to reinvent a look every single day, it would never happen with my kids and, you know, everything else we have going on. It would just take too much effort. So make it effortless, make it easy. Number 9 is take the time to figure out what suits you. What do you look your best in? And you need to do this step first, because if you haven't done this step, it's kind of hard to have a signature style and it's kind of hard to have a signature makeup look. It's worth the time investment to figure this out. If you need to do some research on the right colors for you, if you need to do some research on your body shape and what clothes you can wear to emphasize your figure, or emphasize your best parts and maybe play down your not so best parts and things like that. These things matter. There was a study done, I think in 2012, I want to say, at Northwestern University, where there was like a couple groups of people, and they were going to take a test with these people, but they showed them a white lab coat. And they made them wear the lab coat, right? But half of the people were told that the lab coat belonged to a doctor, and the other half of the people were told that the lab coat belonged to a painter. And this is so interesting. The people that were told that the lab coat that they had just put on belonged to a doctor scored higher on the IQ test than the people that were told that the lab coat belonged to a painter. This is just, I mean, just there's been so many studies like this. This is just one of many studies on how dressing ourselves and feeling good in what we're wearing and how other people perceive us and how we perceive ourselves. It's just mind-blowing and fascinating. Can you believe that? Just simply thinking that you were wearing a doctor's lab coat made you actually perform better on your test. So think about it. If you are carrying yourself in a frumpy, sloppy manner, what is that doing to yourself? Like, what is that doing to your self-esteem? What is that doing to the way you carry yourself? And at the end of the day, it's not about other people. But again, it is about other people. If you're going to a job interview, the way your spouse looks at you, the way your, in-laws, your neighbors, the community, it's all affected because it affects how we carry ourselves and how we portray ourselves. So this is so important. I mean, there's so many studies like this. If you guys look into it, it's just fascinating to me that how you dress and carry yourself, what that says about how you feel and how you present yourself. Hi, Zulma. Amrika is here. Eternal Queen said, what's in your tooth whitening scrub? I'm going to do a video on that, but right now I'm using baking soda and coconut oil mixed together, and then I just basically take my finger and just rub that every morning. Hi, Aisha is here. She said, hi, Mina. Hi, everyone. I love your tips, Mina, because they work. You are living proof. I'm doing the green smoothie and body scrub, and it's amazing. I'm so glad that it's working for you, Aisha. Aisha, I'm very happy to hear that. The green smoothie and the scrub, both of those things are actually life-changing. They both have amazing health benefits. Caitlin said, exactly. I moved my multivitamin to the downstairs bathroom by the door. I always remember when putting on my shoes, put stuff where you use it. This is key. I've even told some of my people, my sister, I told her this advice too because she kept forgetting to take her vitamins. I said, you know what, split them up. Put some at half the bottle at home and put half at work, and that way if you forget it and you're sitting in your office, take it then, because if oftentimes she would remember when she was at work and then she would tell herself she'll take it when she comes home, but when she came home she would forget. So you need to stay one step ahead of yourself, and if you have Caitlin said, if you know that you're going to take it when you're walking out the door, then put it there. You need to put it where it's so much easier for you. Hi, Stephanie. She said, I miss these live chats so much. I missed you. I'm glad you're back. Zulma said, I need to work on looking more presentable all the time. And Zulma, again, this isn't for anybody else. It turns out affecting how other people treat us, but it's more about how we feel and how we treat ourselves. I told you guys the story of when I became a stay-at-home mom after working pretty much all my life since I was 16, 8.5 years ago. I started becoming depressed and I noticed that it affected my self-esteem. It affected how social I was. I wasn't smiling as much. I was carrying myself very differently because I was no longer dressing myself. So it really does matter. And at the end of the day, even if nobody else but my 3-year-old will look at me all day long, I want to put my best self forward. My daughter and I have a ritual. We get dressed together every morning. We brush our teeth together. We get dressed together. We comb our hair together. And I enjoy doing it to her because this is our bonding opportunity. It's our time spent together, and it's my moment to teach her that these things matter. These little rituals, these little self-care acts matter. And even with my sons, I have rituals for them that they've developed. I've helped them develop over the year. My 12-year-old takes care of himself. He'll shower every day. He'll put, his body lotion, and I want my boys to present themselves in a manner that shows that they have pride of ownership in who they are and how they carry themselves. I think it's so important for children to see their parents doing this so they can learn. Hi, Caitlin. Radhima said, so right, like you said, Mina, it takes the same amount of time to wear a yoga pant or a pair of jeans or dress. Exactly. It takes the same amount of effort, and but the way you feel is drastically different. I had a friend tell me that she would want to dress comfy, comfortable, meaning for her was like baggy, what are they called? I've never even owned a pair, sweatpants. She would wear sweatpants and like big t-shirts, and she went to the mall one day to meet up with a friend, and she was in her comfy outfit, and then she ran into her friend that she hadn't seen in a while, and her friend was very well put together. She had put effort in her look, in her grooming, and she said the whole time that she was hanging out with her friend at the mall, and every time she kept catching her reflection in the storefront window or anywhere, she was mortified, and she said she was the most uncomfortable that day, although she left the house thinking that she was going to be comfortable. So really, what is comfort, right? Is comfort being sloppy and frumpy? Like, that doesn't sound very comfortable to me. And she said that she never did it from that day, because in her hopes of being comfortable, she spent a very uncomfortable day. So, you know, you have to define, what does comfortable mean to you? That does not sound like comfort to me. Let's see. Hi, Ross. Oh wow, M is here, and she said it's 9 a.m. in Indonesia. Wow, we've got people from all over the place. Universal Journey, oh, safe flight. I'm so glad you're catching us from the airport. We've got, let's see, we've got Rashmi from Dubai, 5 a.m. Girl, you better be in your pajamas at 5 a.m. Wow. So happy to have you guys here. I want to tell you guys a story and get your feedback on this. Something happened to me a few years ago, and I was really off guard with this. So I was invited to there was a new group of women that I had met, and I was really excited to be in this new group, and they had invited us to a we call them one dish party, but I think they're called potluck, right? Where you like each bring a dish. And so I was like, you know, it was a new group for me, so I put a lot of effort and made this, you know, if you for those guys that are Indian, I made biryani, which is a rice dish, and it's typically served at special occasions. So I made this dish, and I had special presentation, and I got dressed. I dressed up I only had the two boys at the time. We went to this party, and I put the biryani dish on my friend's counter, and one of her guests, whom I had only met twice before this event, said to me, "Did your husband, oh, this looks good, did your husband make it?" And I said, "No, I made the biryani." And she said, "Are you sure?" And I was a little like taken aback. I said, "Yes, I'm sure I made it. You guys know my husband does like to cook, but he doesn't know how to make this dish. I'm pretty sure I made it." And she's like, "You don't look like somebody that would know how to cook." And I said, "What do you mean by that?" And so she said, "Well, you don't dress like somebody that knows how to cook." And I was so surprised by this comment, because I in my head I was thinking, I didn't say this, but I was thinking, am I supposed to be walking around wearing a chef's hat or an apron to a party? I mean, I cooked it at home in my like cooking clothes, and then I got dressed for the party and came. So I was really taken aback by that. And then I later found out that in this group of people, it was common to think that if you looked frumpy and sloppy, it meant that you were probably good in house chores, and you were probably a great housewife and a great cook and a great mother. But if you were dressed well and you took care of yourself and you were well groomed, it meant that you were selfish, and that you probably didn't know how to cook, and you probably put so much effort into those things that you were probably a horrible housewife and mom. And I thought that was such an interesting thing, because I've always thought the complete opposite. And again, we're all stereotyping. I know this is not a good thing, but in my mind, when I see somebody that is well put together, that has put effort in their look, they're well groomed, they carry themselves in a certain manner, I tend to assume that everything they do probably has the same kind of care and presentation attached to it. Now, again, I'm totally assuming this, right? But this is what I think. And personally, when I see somebody that is very sloppily dressed, not very well groomed, I, in my mind, think that probably they are lacking in other places, and no wonder they didn't have time to take care of themselves. Again, I don't think that either mindsets are good. I've seen examples of either that did not apply, but I thought that was a very interesting comment, and this actually happened to me, and I was very curious what these group of women thought of me, because I took care of myself. So they assumed that of course my husband must have made the dish. What do you guys think of that? Like, is this like typical of what you guys see in here? I've always believed that people who are well put together probably have a well taken care of home, probably are better management at, they probably have better time management skills. I've never thought, she looks good put together, so she must be a bad mom or must not know how to cook. But it was so funny to me because I always think next time I get invited to a potluck party, I am wearing my apron and my cooking chef. By the way, I don't own an apron or a cooking hat or chef hat. I need to buy an apron though. Isn't that funny? What do you guys think? Let's see. Hashi said, sorry to say I've made the same assumptions. That is so interesting to me. And I'm sure a lot of people have, because I have invited many people to my home that, my husband's new friends and things, and they are always shocked to learn that I know how to cook. And I'm just like, I don't know what it is. I'm apparently a walking banner for I am a disaster at home, but I'm not. I put effort in my look. I think I feel fabulous, and my home is clean, relatively clean most days, and I like to cook. You guys see my cooking videos, so I always find that kind of funny, but it's interesting. Noreen said, that's ridiculous and pretty nervy for her to say it to you. That would be funny to wear a chef hat. I swear, every time I think of that story, I always think like to wear a chef hat. The funny thing is, the interesting thing is that in the same group of people, I got invited to another friend's house, and this friend of was in a circle that she rightfully so, I think she had like 5 kids, and she was always running late. She wasn't somebody that put a lot of effort in her look or anything like that. She was the classic example of what this group of women would think would be like the perfect housewife, the perfect mom, the perfect everything. And we got invited to her house, and I was I think like 7 or 8 months pregnant at the time. And we go there for lunch, and she told us the time we arrived there, and she started cooking lunch 2 hours after we arrived there at the request of my husband, because I told him that I think I was gonna pass out of hunger, because we were invited at 12. We got there at 12. We are one of those weird people that are punctual. Even for Indian people, I know, are expected to be late, but we're not. We don't like that. We got there, and at 2 a.m. we kind of had to mention lunch, and then she got up and started cooking. So that kind of shows you that, to me, my stereotype, I guess, kind of holds true, that somebody that's always learning late, somebody who doesn't have time for anything. And the whole time that we were there, she was Skyping with her sister, so that's why she hadn't started cooking. And yeah, that just shows you that if somebody is sloppy in some areas, I tend to assume that they will be sloppy in other areas. I know that's not a good thing to assume. And kind of to give you guys the opposite side of the story, I had these 2 girlfriends, and they were sisters in college, and they were head to toe like glam, and they were effortless glam. It wasn't like they wore a lot of makeup. They didn't have overly elegant clothes or anything, but they just looked very glam. They were well put together. They were really well groomed. They had healthy hair, healthy skin. They dressed nice, and they were sisters, and they pretty much looked like twins. And so we got to know each other. We started hanging out. I invited them to my house several times. And so one time, they used to still live with their parents. They invited me to their parents' home where they lived, and it was the 2 sisters, their brother, and their parents. And because they were so glamorous looking and they carried themselves so well, I guess I didn't really even think about it, but I imagined that they lived well. When I got to their place, I'm not kidding, we had to step over stuff to get to their living room. Like, there wasn't even like a clear path from their front door to their to their couch. There was just stuff everywhere, just everywhere. I mean, you will not believe. There was stuff on the lamp. There was stuff on the couch. I had to clear things off the couch to sit down. And I was just shocked, because these girls were just so head to toe glam in just a very effortless, easy way. And the interesting thing about it, and the thing that I guess I envied in that whole situation, was they did not seem bothered by that. And the reason I say that I kind of envy that is that that would drive me absolutely bananas, and I would not be able to live in a situation like that, one, and I would definitely not have people over. So in some weird way, I was like, wow, they're just so laid back. Like they're not embarrassed by this. So I guess I've seen both sides of the story, but I don't know what it is about people dressing well that other people assume that they must not be good homemakers. Luann said, I am a professional pastry chef, and I can assure you this profession has nothing to do with what kind of wife and mother you are. I'm constantly running late and never sit down. Yeah, that's so interesting. Do you have to wear your chef hat to prove to people that you are you know how to cook? I thought that was such an interesting comment. Katie said, my mom didn't put much effort into her appearance when I was younger, so I grew up thinking that mothers were supposed to look frumpy. Thank goodness I now know this is not the case. Katie, this is such an interesting point. My mother was one of those people that wanted to put effort in, but she just didn't have time. She was always overworked, always running late. She wasn't a very good homemaker. She didn't like to clean. Having a dirty home didn't bother her. She was not well groomed, but she knew that these things were important. So that was interesting to me because she always said these things to us. Like, you know how I'm always saying the comment of how if you take care of your things will take care of you? I got that from my mother. She always said that to me, but she never took care of her things. She never took care of herself. She never took care of her things. The ironing your clothes thing, she always said that to me, and I took it to heart. She never did that. Like, I would always do that for her, but she never had time. Same thing with her saying to always take care of myself, take my vitamins. She never did those. She was the kind of mother that was a great example for do as I say and not as I do. But I want to lead the example for my children through my own actions. I want to show. I remember when my in the morning when my boys see me taking my vitamins, I see them reaching for theirs. So my rituals and my habits trigger them to make those choices, and then they become their habits and rituals. So I want to show them, but that's such an interesting point, and then that proves why it is important when we have children. And not just children. I've had my cousins, my sister, my friends tell me that they feel like they put an extra effort into their look when they're coming to hang out with me, and I think I should take that as a compliment, because if I'm inspiring people in whatever small way to take better care of themselves, then that's good, right? I mean, I hope that that's a positive comment and a positive thing. Let's see. Aisha said, it's so true. It's a very common stereotype. Like, we can't take care of our house, family, and still look good. Yes, I think that's the thing that a lot of people who are not efficient at time management assume that you can do one or the other. And the truth is that you can do it like all, but you can't do it all perfectly. And you guys know that I'm not about perfection. So I'm not going to have perfectly done makeup all the time, but to me, I rather have a little bit of a put together look rather than having like a smoky eye crazy makeup look that took me 20 minutes to blend out. I'm not good at blending, so if I tried to do that every day, it would be a disaster. I would not look good, I assure you, because I know that I just don't have the time to invest in that. So I keep it simple. Same thing with home management, right? The more you can make it as complicated as you need to, or you can keep it as easy as you need to. So it doesn't have to be perfect, but I try to make an effort in whatever I do. I try not to take on too much, first of all. And some of those things means that I don't accept every invitation that I get. I don't have to put my children in every activity. I don't have to have so much home decor that it becomes a burden, like a cumbersome thing to clean. So you can pare back to a point where it's the right number for you so that you can maintain it. Clothing. I have a uniform. I mentioned in my lookbook from earlier today. If you guys haven't watched that, definitely check that out, my spring and summer lookbook. Since I was 20 years old, I used to buy, like, if I found a top I loved or a pair of sandals, I would buy it in multiples. And I had a best friend that hated this, and over the years I've had a couple people point this out to me and say, this is not good, don't do this. But it works for me, because having to find 20 different tops and then maybe 2 of them or 3 of them don't look good on me. I rather just get things that I love to wear that are easy and effortless in multiple colors. Why not? That works for me. It's not for everybody. Some people say that it's like cartoon character-ish. That's okay. I don't mind being a cartoon character if it helps me dress easier. So not having a whole bunch of clothes makes it easier for me to get dressed every morning. And you know, people say lay out your clothes at night. I don't have to do that. I don't have that many clothes that it's going to take me 20 minutes to decide. Miss Malik said, I agree. It's all about time management. It really is. And you know, we've all been there where you sit down for 5 minutes to check your email. You sit down for 5 minutes to check your YouTube comments. And before you know it, this may be a YouTuber problem. You're watching 2 hours of YouTube. That time escaped, right? So I try not to let those little things zap me. Not that I don't watch YouTube, but I use it as a strategy and as a plan. I will say, okay, I've got these 2 videos to watch today. One of them is more like a listening video, so I can listen to this video while I work out, or I can listen to this video while I clean. And if it's a video like a lookbook where I need to sit and watch it, then after I'm done, I'll allow myself time to sit and watch. So there is a way to enjoy and reward yourself with these little things without letting it completely zap all your time. And before you know it, you've got nothing done and you watched 4 hours of YouTube. That can happen. It's happened to me. Trust me. Radhima said, my mom is a perfect homemaker doing everything for us, but one thing I find very cute is that she puts on some powder foundation and bindi and lipstick in late afternoon before my dad comes back home every evening. I think that's so sweet. Aw, that is so sweet. You need to give your mom a tight hug from me. I think that is the sweetest thing ever. Z Lovely Lady said, hi, Tahira. I'm Tahira. I have 2 children, 3 and 1 year old. My 3rd is due in September. And how do you have style while pregnant, chasing toddlers, plus my style will change again? I'm stuck. So I've gone through my pregnancy here on YouTube, and what I did was I bought these tops from Macy's, and I can find those old videos. If you Google on my YouTube channel, if you search for like pregnancy outfit of the days, you'll find them, and they were like loose fitting tops, but they were kind of cute and forgiving. And then I bought them like the same top in like 5 or 6 different colors, and I would wear that with leggings, and that's it. Like, but to me, it's like that plus a little bit of makeup plus combing my hair. That's it. Now, I could put those leggings on with a frumpy t-shirt, and that would be the same amount of time. But the cute top, and they weren't very expensive. They were under $20 each, and I think I had bought them on sale. And I only had like 5 or 6 of them, so I had enough for like to get me through the next laundry day, and that's it. But wearing a proper top that was forgiving and loose and still was holding my belly and everything, I gained 70 pounds. So trust me, I had a lot of belly. And then leggings, and that's it. And put on a little bit of makeup, even if it just means throwing on some lip gloss and combing your hair, just makes you feel like you put in an effort. It doesn't have to be complicated. Chasing toddlers in jeans and a cute top versus jeans versus like frumpy sweatpants takes the same amount of effort, I assure you. So I don't think that it should matter. You should wear, they don't have to be expensive clothes. I've never bought like really high-end expensive clothes to wear around with my toddlers. I've never needed to. To me, I can feel put together in a $20 top as long as I got up, took my shower, put my outfit on, did a little bit of makeup, combed my hair. That's it. That's all I need to feel good. So it's not like I'm trying to impress anyone. I'm trying to impress myself and feel good. That's it. So it can be done. Cindy said, how do you stop from comparing yourself to other moms and even single ladies who are more put together than you? Cindy, I've never had this problem, honestly, because I've always put an effort in my look. Since I was a teenager, I've always been this person that put a little bit of effort in my look. Now, there's gonna definitely be people that are prettier than me and more put together than me, but to me it's not about trying to outdo somebody else. It's just looking and feeling my best. And since I know that I put an effort in my look every single day, I've never had the need to compare myself. Also keep in mind that different people in different stages put different effort. For example, some of my friends that were really super frumpy when they had little kids, toddlers, when their kids grew up older and started going to school, all of a sudden I was like, whoa, who are you and what did you do with my friend? They got a new haircut, they got like makeup, and they got cute clothes, and now it's like, I'm like, you're a supermodel. Like, and because they literally legit just didn't know that they had the option of doing this before, and it took them their kids going to school to just wake up and start doing it. I've seen this happen to several of my friends, so I know that some people in different stages of their life put different effort. So if you are doing enough in your life that you're filling up your cup, you don't feel the need to compare yourself. Plus, make your own league. For example, I will never think somebody else is more put together than me or making more effort, because I'm doing the most that I can in my current life. So I feel satisfied. I know that I work out 3 to 4 times a week. I know that I groom myself as much as possible in my time right now with the DIY and stuff that I do. So if somebody else is going to a salon and getting decked out, like, that's not what I want. I've already created the life that I wanted. This is one of my favorite quotes. She designed a life she loved. When you've designed a life that you love and that you've put effort in, to me, I don't see what other people are doing, because that's the life that they've designed for themselves, and this is the one I designed for me, if that makes sense. Caitlin said, we say potluck, which is Old English. However, in Chinook, Indian, Native American word translated potlatch, which means gift ritual. Interesting. I think in Indian culture, I've heard them saying one dish party, so it kind of is the same thing, I think, yeah? Tuba said, I really don't feel comfortable wearing nice going out clothes, just sitting lounging at home. I would rather wear a t-shirt and pants at home. I just don't want to ruin my cute clothes cleaning toilet or cooking. So you guys have seen I don't own like too many like t-shirts and things like that. All the clothes that I have are clothes that you can wear at home and they can be dressed up. If you guys saw my lookbook, then you know that. Like, you throw on a pair of earrings and heels and carry your purse, and it's a going out thing. The reason why I don't like having like outside clothes is because the current lifestyle that I have and the current lifestyle I've designed, I spend a lot of time at home or doing activities with kids and family activities. So then it's never going to be the right time to dress up. And, life is short. Like, why wouldn't I wear my best every single day? So how I deal with cooking is, I have my cooking day and I will wear my cooking outfit. You guys have seen it. It's still a cute outfit, I think, and that's my cooking outfit. I am planning on buying an apron so that I can wear more cooking outfits. And I don't clean my toilet randomly in the middle of the day. I have a cleaning routine, a morning cleaning routine and a night cleaning routine. So I clean my toilets right before I'm going to jump in my shower in my workout clothes, because I've just worked out, clean toilet, jump in shower. So it's not like I'm wearing my nice clothes with my makeup on. I'm like, aha, it's 2 p.m. I'm gonna go clean my toilet now. So you can design your day in a way that you can get your stuff done, get dressed for the day, and feel good. Again, it's up to however you want to do it, but to me, looking and feeling my best and presentable, it just uplifts my life. Why wouldn't I deserve to wear my best? I deserve to have nice clothes on every single day. It makes me feel extra and it makes me stand out in my eyes. And this is another reason that I don't compare myself to other people, because I'm already doing the best of everything for myself. So who should I compare myself to? When you are already doing your best and you're taken care of, there really aren't too many people out there to compare yourself to. But if you're lacking in your self-care and you're lacking in the way that you're caring yourself, loving yourself, treating yourself, there are going to be plenty of people to compare yourself to. Tuba said, that's my issue. Otherwise, I do groom myself and look nice when I'm done with my work or go out. Yeah, I mean, I guess whatever makes you feel comfortable, but being dressed and feeling good all the time puts you in your own little league, in your head at least, because you feel good all the time. And my toilet, I don't have a cleaning lady. I do 100% of my housework myself. My family helps me. So, wait, let me rephrase that. We don't have a cleaning lady. My family does help me clean my house. Like my kids help me, my husband help me as much as they can, but I do a bulk of it myself. You guys have seen my cooking videos, so it's not like I have help. I clean toilets. I do that. I don't do it randomly in the middle of the day, but I have a ritual, my night cleaning routine, my morning routine, and I clean the shower or like dirtier jobs when I'm already going to take a shower, so that I do the dirty jobs, take my shower, dress up, done. It's not like I'm gonna go in the middle of the night. So, yeah, Caitlin, that's one of the things that I really want to do. I want to buy, I don't know why I've never owned an apron. I think this is like really weird. I want to buy one. I need one like that's going to be higher neck, because I feel like that I can cook in my everyday clothes as well, and not just have like a cooking outfit. Because of the cooking that we do, sometimes oils and things like that can splash on us. Amrika said, when I don't wear at-home clothes, it makes me feel more productive and more likely end up leaving the house. When I wear sweats, I end up being a couch potato. Amrika, this is so true. There's been so many studies done on this, that it really affects how you carry yourself. And when I'm dressed, like I will literally get text messages or calls from my mom friends that are like, oh, my daughter wants to go to the park, want to come, and like, okay, meet you there in 15 minutes. You can't do that when you're sitting around like in your sweatpants. Like you just can't. You don't feel up to things like that. Today, like my daughter and I were cleaning and, just doing our daily chores, laundry and things like that. And she said, let's go get a donut. And I'm like, okay, let's go get a donut. So you just go up, and it's more adventurous. Your day is, you can go and do things like that. And I just feel prepared. And even when I'm at home, I can on a whim be like, okay, I need to film this video. Let me just get it done right now, because I'm already dressed. I'm ready. Like I don't have to make it a thing where, okay, I have to go get dressed because I need to film a video. I'm always dressed. Tuba said, funny, I don't feel like cleaning in nice clothes because I don't want to mess them up. I feel like going out. Probably because you've associated in your head that getting dressed means going out, because you only get dressed when you go out. For people who get dressed every single day, they don't have that feeling, because they don't have that weird association. They just get up and get dressed all the time. True story, I've only been feeling like frumpy, like yucky and icky 3 times in my life, and it was the day after I gave birth, and I have 3 kids, because I just felt like, oh my god, let me take my shower and just like put on some real clothes. I just can't be that person that just can be floppy, and I don't know, it just really affects my mood. It really, really affects the way I carry myself, my mood. I've always jumped out of bed excited to get dressed for the day, to pick out an outfit, to do my makeup. Even though it's not extravagant or anything, you guys saw my lookbook. I do dress fairly casual, but I think put together with a little bit of makeup, and you comb your hair and you're well groomed, your skin is hydrated, you're eating well, you took some effort in your look, and all together it just creates this package where you feel good. And again, I'm not doing this for anybody else. I do this for myself. So it feels good. And I've noticed that even though my husband is that type of person that you think that he wouldn't notice, he does notice, because he randomly makes comments. Like, for example, I didn't think that he was noticing my nail polish, like my toes. And last week I changed my polish, and he's like, whoa, that's a nice color. And I'm like, oh, so see that it's interesting, because I didn't think he was noticing that stuff, but see, he does notices, because how would he know that I changed my nail polish color if he wasn't noticing that every single day? So our husbands notice these little things. And again, I don't do it for anybody. I do it for myself to make me feel good, because I feel like if I'm more confident and I carry myself nicely, then my husband will, even if he's not noticing those little details, he'll notice my overall confidence and the fact that I'm feeling good and I'm smiling and all of that. Amrika said, so true. Some makeup does magic to your self-esteem. It feels good to look good. I agree. And I'm that type of person. Now, I have friends, One friend in particular, I'll tell you guys, this woman does not wear a stitch of makeup, like no makeup at all, nothing. And this woman looks like royalty. And I figured it out what it is because she's very well groomed head to toe. Her hair is always perfectly combed and trimmed. She wears these little summer dresses that just are, they look like they are made for her. She has 2 little kids, so it's not 2 very little kids. So she's not like she has a lot of time. They're both at home with her. She's very busy, but I keep telling her, I'm like, you remind me of somebody from the Kennedy family. When she is walking, like we've met for coffee and lunch where I'm like sitting outside waiting for her. And when she parks her car, takes out her kids and she's walking towards me, I will see people turning heads to look at her. This woman does not wear an ounce of makeup and she is just so well put together. The way she carries herself, she looks like royalty. Like you can imagine her being like a princess. So sometimes it's just, again, it's not even about makeup. Now, for me, I like wearing a little bit of makeup. It makes me feel put together. But I've seen some people that are so well groomed and they carry themselves so good that they don't need any makeup. Oh my, she is just royalty. And it's because she's very well groomed. Even though she doesn't wear makeup, her skin is flawless. She hydrates her skin, you can tell, because her skin just looks very healthy and radiant. Her hair is always healthy. I think just this regular upkeep of getting trims and taking care. She never wears polish, but she has like really well-groomed nails. These little things, like I notice because I'm like, what is it about this woman that like people, and myself included, you just can't stop staring at her. She is just so well put together, and she's got 2 toddlers at home, and she doesn't wear any makeup, and she dresses very simply but very elegantly. And that's what I mean by that, like, she's just so chic. I mean, that's all I can describe it as. So, guys, she is not vegan. If you're talking about my friend, she's definitely not vegan. So guys, I will let you guys go for the night. I actually have a client call in 20 minutes, so I kind of need to prepare for that. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. And this weekend, we're planning on, Irfan and I will be doing a financial live video with you guys to answer some financial questions that have been coming in. So guys, I will catch you guys in the next one. I love you guys so much. Bye. Thanks for hanging out with me.